We all have a desire to live. Let's make a difference in our communities and everywhere. As we are living right now in this tough time, we shall make it worthwhile. The most precious thing in our life right now is the unknown, and it allows us to push further and be optimistic for the next day as we live. Whatever race in time, well, that's God's plan as we praise Him. Amen.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah. So, for the kids, education, right? I wish, not only wish, I just, hopefully they have more the resources, because there's other schools I go to as a sub, some of the kids don't have as much than others, especially private school. I work in a charter school for my agency, School of Professional. But when I go to some of the private schools, they got more resources than public and other schools. And it depends on the area, right? The city. I'm in Brooklyn right now, so I'm in around here. I'm not saying that here don't have a lot of resources, but majority of schools in the urban areas they don't have as much resources. What kind of resources we're talking about, right? Smart board, right? Laptops, all right? So those are the things I want to sit down and speak to, my, some councilmen and those people that have meetings about. And that's my unique vision. Well, it's a pleasure to be around here, this mural. We cannot take women for granted, so it's fascinating to see the role that women play in a society, right? In the military. Coming here, we saw this mural here where it's depicting the effects that it have in our society today. So, to be brief, as I'm coming here and I was fascinated by this mural, first of all. And basically, some of the things I'm realizing about this mural is how the role that women play in the military. As you see, some part it speaks about, you know, there was a lot of women that deployed since 2002, right? And over like 155,000 women were deployed from 2002 from Iraq, right? And also Afghanistan as well. So we also understand that that jobs, the role that women plays in jobs, right? Nowadays, now you see the women are playing the higher role, right? From the medical, education, and the effect that they have in kids, right? And we understand that there's a lot of different details that they have here explaining how the amount of money that the Pentagon spent, you know, for low-income youth, right? And we understand that 75% of blacks and 67% of Latinos reported experiencing racial prejudice, right? And all these things that is projecting is how the women play a role in minimizing those problems, right? And also, there's parts that saying 12% of females, it's like a survey saying made and used the skills of learned in the military. Again, this mural is kind of explaining more about the role and the effect that women plays in the military, right? Basically, with Unique Vision, I came here just to make this video, right? To make people understand that there's rights that women are still fighting for, and I want to make people to be aware of those rights. And when you understand the mural, you understand how instrumental women are in our society, right? So from my unique vision to you guys, to the women out there, I just want to make sure you guys are not forgotten. You guys play a pillar to our society. Thank you. Unique Vision, thank you guys for policing our neighborhood. I know there's 77th Precinct in Brooklyn. Behind me is 67th Precinct. And first and foremost, again, thank you guys for your hard work protecting our neighborhoods. We're not talking about defunding police. We want to sit down and talk about police reform. Obviously, we're talking about, you know, police brutality and those things that happen. And so we want a unique vision. My vision is to emphasize on having this relationship between the communities and policing our neighborhood. Thank you guys. Hey guys, good night. Thank you guys for watching this at this moment. Well, as you see, I'm by around hospitals. Some of the hospitals that we at, we got Kings County, we have Downstate. One of the things, the reason I want to make this video is just basically enlighten people about uninsured people who don't have insurance, uninsured health care people. So we try to make sure that they are being able to have the opportunity to get, you know, health care, undocumented, you know, people who's immigrants, the DACAs, you know. So we got 4.7%, which went down from the last couple of years, who's been 4.7% actually is uninsured, but it was more. Prior to that, it was about almost 10%. So we just want to make sure to kind of decrease that, you know, and then making a light of that. That's my unique vision. And the thing is, older folks as well, you know, especially older folks, that's underlying conditions and they need to be being short, right? So that's my main reason for doing this video, to enlighten people and emphasize on that on this situation. Thank you.
Too much hate, not enough love. Too much happening, not enough time. Too many debates, not enough solutions. Too much pain, not enough healing. How will this end? Where will we go from here? Where does life bring us? If we don't recognize these things, how will this end?
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. We're all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all, listen, bluebirds fly with bluebirds, red birds want to be with red birds. Listen, tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons.
But
tell me when I'm wrong. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
the bluebird like to fly around the trees and the grass.
There'd be certain problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There'd be certain...
Right. We have the problems too.
No,
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud, holding their children.
That's because society...
And going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around it.
Well, life is too short for me to be raised catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go and be my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble. No trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good.
All the pain that we're going through is from all the races, from the races, education, housing, help me out.
Redlining, gerrymandering, to lack of support in schools, to just like any number of things that doesn't highlight the black excellence that is apparent and has been for many years. And so it's this disconnect of reality that people try to put on the community for circumstances that were out of their control. So it's instead of putting money into all these like military operations, if we invest in the community, people wouldn't have the need to commit as much crime or act in a way that would need to feed their family or need to support themselves. So if we actually look into people's hearts and actually try to feel what they need and respond accordingly, I feel like we could actually have a much better environment instead of just this needless cycle of violence and then protest and then nothing changes. We have to actually have a lasting effect. Protest is important. We need to sustain that protest and know that this is not just one single moment. This is a movement that's lasting for a lifetime.
And who's writing those policies as well? this is what the part that a lot of people don't speak about.
Yeah.
Who's writing those policies, right? And we have to sit down with these people who kind of meet in the middle ground. That's all.
I got my citizenship after 25 years. So I understand what's going on with all this immigration. You know, my dad was an immigrant. He got deported. When he came back, the judge goes, wow, you got 2 jobs? Go home, you get a green card in 2 weeks. My father was, he was shocked. You know, my mother was happy about it. 1960s.
Wow.
So there's more that's got to be done. You know, we got to stop the differences.
Right.
And history is history. Let's hope we learn something from it, but we can't change it.
Right.
Martin Luther King, one of the greatest. Muhammad Ali. Columbus, he was, you know, he did bad things, but he's part of history. Marco Polo.
Martin Luther.
He was
Right.
the best, you know, Martin Luther King was the best. He should have been the president of this country. We can't change the history, but we can learn from it. And we gotta add what kids haven't learned about till now, they need to learn now.
Right.
The slaves built this country.
Yes.
And then people from all over the world came, engineers, doctors, architects, and you know, the knowledge, you know, it's sort of like, I don't know how to
Connected or integrated.
Before I came home, I was facing 20. Shit always real in my field, stay woke. Yeah, I told my niggas I would never change. So what, you in a Bentley? I'm driving in my lane. Hustling my cane on the block with my gang. I was taught to never follow niggas, we are not the same. Sitting up in corporate with my suit on and my chain. Overlooking these crackers, why they looking at me strange? Sitting in that prison cell, studying the game. Everybody popping pills and sipping lean like Lil Wayne. I came from the bottom where it's cloudy and it rain. My mom's and pop's dead, all I know is pain. That's why I smile when I hurt. So tell me if that's strange, why I take that lady purse when I give you change. Fuck trying to be the best, I'm just trying to maintain. Build with my real niggas, stay away from lanes. All our kids dying from a youngin' with no aim. I'm banging for a cause, not because while you bang. Tell me if I'm stupid, cause I like to speak with slang. And I ain't got a house, but I got 6s on the range. I had to smarten up, I want the money, fuck the fame. I'm talking to my people, I'm just trying to make a change. Stay woke. What happened to the love? What happened to the loyalty? Niggas start hating when they treating you like royalty. I just want the money, y'all can keep the fame. Do y'all hate me that I'm me, or y'all just hating on my name? Is it the money or the fame? For these diamonds in my chain, I got my own homies looking at me strange.